They don't feel a flicker of what you imagine when they cause you pain. Not remorse, not guilt, not a primal thrill, but a cold, intellectual understanding of cause and effect. They observe your suffering like a scientist studying a reaction in a petri dish or a strategist analyzing moves on a chessboard. Your tears, your anguish, your shattering trust, these are merely data points, indicators of how effectively their chosen tactic has landed. Today, we're going to pull back the veil on the most chilling aspect of psychopathy, the emotional void. This isn't just about a lack of empathy, it's about a fundamentally different way the brain processes reality, enabling a level of calculated manipulation and harm that most people struggle to comprehend. Understanding this void isn't just theoretical, it is absolutely crucial for identifying and defending against some of the most dangerous individuals who walk among us, often undetected. This knowledge arms you with a psychological defense that most victims never even realize they needed until it is far too late. The heart of this chilling mechanism lies in a profound neurological difference, where a neurotypical brain would activate specific regions in response to another's distress, particularly the amygdala and anterior insula. A psychopathic brain often shows a significantly diminished or entirely absent response. This isn't a choice, it's a fundamental hardwiring. As groundbreaking research by Dr. Robert Hare, creator of the Psychopathy Checklist Revised, has consistently documented, individuals high on the psychopathy spectrum exhibit a severe deficit in what's known as affective empathy. This is the capacity to feel what another person is feeling, to resonate with their emotional state. They might possess cognitive empathy, meaning they can intellectually understand what you are feeling and why you are feeling it, but they experience none of it internally. It's like reading a detailed description of a delicious meal without being able to taste it, or observing a masterful piece of music through a soundproof window. The information is there, but the experience is utterly absent. Imagine observing a child fall and scrape their knee. A typical person would instantly register a pang of sympathy, a flash of shared pain, perhaps a visceral urge to comfort. For someone with this emotional void, that exact same event unfolds purely as a logical sequence. Child fell, injury occurred, crying commenced. An expected social response would be comfort. There's no internal feeling of distress, no spontaneous welling of concern. This stark difference allows them to analyze situations of suffering with an unflinching detachment. It's why they can inflict cruelty, betrayal, or devastation without the internal breaks of guilt or remorse. Their actions are not driven by rage, but by cold, calculated assessment of what will achieve their objectives. This profound lack of effective resonance is the engine behind their ability to inflict harm without any internal cost, setting the stage for their most insidious tactic, the mask of sanity. This mechanism, the emotional void, allows for a brand of manipulation that operates right in plain sight, often leveraging your own capacity for empathy against you. Think about the charming new colleague who sweeps into your workplace, radiating confidence and warmth. They remember small details about your life, offer compliments that feel deeply personal, and seem almost too good to be true. They listen intently when you share a personal struggle, nodding with what appears to be profound understanding. But that active listening isn't born of genuine concern, it's information gathering. Every vulnerability you reveal, every secret ambition, every insecurity is meticulously catalogued. Consider the real-world observations presented by Dr. Martha Stout in her seminal work, The Sociopath Next Door. She illustrates how these individuals are masters of mimicry, learning the outward expressions of emotions without ever feeling their internal truth. They deploy what she calls the mask of sanity, a meticulously crafted persona designed to deceive and disarm. You see them feign distress with Oscar-worthy performances, tears on cue, hyperbolic expressions of pain or sorrow, but only when it serves their agenda. A close relationship example: you might recall a time when a partner, after a terrible betrayal or a moment of startling cruelty, suddenly collapses in what appears to be inconsolable grief. They might even blame themselves with dramatic intensity, pleading for forgiveness, promising to change. Did that moment feel genuine to you? They might even be genuinely upset, not because of the harm they caused you, but because their carefully constructed mask is slipping, or their control over you is threatened. The emotional display isn't about their remorse for your suffering. It's about regaining control over the situation, over you. This is a crucial distinction. The mask of sanity is their greatest weapon in everyday life. They observe, they learn, they mirror. They can perfectly replicate sadness, anger, joy, and even love because they have studied the behavioral scripts. They understand that a certain facial expression, a certain tone of voice, a certain set of words will evoke a predictable response in others. So, when they're caught in a lie or their deception is exposed, their immediate reaction isn't genuine shame. It's a performance designed to elicit your pity, to deflect blame, to make you question your own perceptions. They might suddenly burst into tears, claiming to be overwhelmed by guilt, when in reality, they are strategically deploying a learned behavior to avoid consequences and manipulate your emotional state. They might even lash out in what appears to be profound pain, but it's a calculated outburst to make you feel like the aggressor, shifting the dynamic completely. This pattern, where someone seems to play the victim so convincingly after causing immense harm, is not rare. In fact, it is far more common than you might ever want to believe. It's a tactic that leaves you, the person who was genuinely hurt, feeling confused, guilty, and even questioning your own sanity. They turn your own compassionate nature into a vulnerability, using your desire to understand, to empathize, to forgive as leverage against you. You end up apologizing to the person who just broke your trust, believing their feigned distress. It's a dizzying, disorienting experience designed to keep you trapped in their web. So, how do you protect yourself against this deeply unsettling reality? 3 specific strategies will arm you. First, trust your gut over their words. Your intuition is a powerful, often overlooked defense mechanism. When someone's words are charming, apologetic, or empathetic, but their actions consistently contradict those words, or their eyes betray a coldness, pay attention to that subtle internal alarm. Psychopaths are masters of verbal manipulation, but their actions will always be the truer indicator. Look for patterns of behavior. Does their profound remorse always seem to appear when they are facing consequences? Does their empathy for you mysteriously vanish when they have nothing to gain? If someone tells you they love you, but their actions repeatedly cause you pain or exploit your resources, their words are an empty echo. Your gut feeling, that sense of unease or incongruity, is signaling a fundamental mismatch between what is being presented and what truly exists. Do not dismiss it. Second, refuse to engage with emotional appeals when the behavior is unacceptable. When someone who has caused you harm suddenly becomes tearful, distraught, or plays the victim, your natural inclination will be to soften, to empathize, to comfort. This is precisely what they want. Instead, maintain emotional distance. Acknowledge their words without accepting their manufactured emotional state as genuine. Reiterate your boundary or consequence based on their actions, not their performance. For example, if they've lied to you and are now sobbing about how terrible they feel for themselves, respond with, "I understand you feel distressed, but the fact remains that you deliberately deceived me, and there are consequences for that." This prevents their feigned emotions from derailing the accountability process and re-establishing control. Do not allow their manufactured distress to become a weapon against your judgment. Third, and perhaps most challenging, accept the reality of true malice and emotional emptiness. This is a difficult truth for many people to grasp because it challenges our fundamental belief that all humans possess a core of goodness, or at least the capacity for genuine remorse. Most people project their own internal world onto others, assuming everyone feels guilt, shame, or love in the same way. But understanding the emotional void means realizing that some individuals simply do not operate on the same moral or emotional plane. There are individuals for whom your pain simply doesn't register as anything bad, unless it somehow impedes their own goals. This isn't about demonizing everyone. It's about recognizing that a subset of humanity operates without the internal emotional architecture for true empathy or remorse. Once you accept this, you stop trying to understand their actions through your own emotional lens. You stop trying to fix them with love or logic, because those tools are designed for a different kind of human consciousness. From this moment forward, you will begin to see social interactions through a new lens. That fleeting sense of unease you once dismissed, that subtle inconsistency in someone's emotional performance, that moment when words felt hollow despite their apparent sincerity, these will no longer pass unnoticed. You will begin to discern the subtle tells of a crafted facade, recognizing the difference between genuine emotion and a strategically deployed display. You'll observe not just what people say, but how their actions consistently align or diverge from their declared feelings. This understanding, while perhaps unsettling at first, empowers you. It allows you to navigate the intricate landscape of human connection with a newfound clarity, protecting your psychological space from those who would exploit your very capacity for connection. The patterns are now visible. You now hold a critical piece of the puzzle, a key to understanding the mechanisms most people never recognize. Embrace this knowledge, let it sharpen your perceptions, and use it as an unyielding shield. There is so much more to uncover, so many more layers of psychological manipulation to dissect, so many more hidden dynamics waiting to be exposed, and what we explore next will alter your perspective on human behavior even further.